This might come across as a bit controversial, but hey, I'm no stranger to calling out the elephant in the room. Running a business these days, it's hard. It's a jungle out there, whether it's your business or whether you're a manager or a team leader in someone's business or for local government or heavy industry. It's like we've lost the ability to connect and be real. We're so terrified of upsetting people that we generally don't deal with things, because if we do, someone might quit, someone might take stress leave, or worse still, they might take action against us. And then what do we do? And hey, if we upset people and they do leave, how are we going to replace them? The work climate right now is difficult. Staff are as rare as hen's teeth. We end up sort of keeping the dysfunctional ones because, well, a dysfunctional staff member still does more than no staff member. And on the other side of the coin, we have a lot of managers and team leaders who are so great at planning and doing budgets and strategies and things like that, but they're just not confident in how to do people. And this is like two freight trains hitting each other. So it feels like the balance of power shifted, hasn't it? In a lot of places, what I'm hearing is that employees are calling all the shots. Gone are the days where an employer can go, this is what I expect from you in return for your wages. Getting a lot of managers saying we've got some staff that really throw in a great day's work, and then we've got other staff that really aren't contributing, but they're both paid the same. And so the staff that are carrying the load, they get upset. And what can we do? What can I do? I can't say to you, hey, look, I'm going to pay you more because you actually contribute more during the day, because then I'll end up in court. How do I keep that staff member that's feeling like they're carrying a bigger load happy when they can see the discrepancy here on people that aren't carrying the load? And how do I motivate those people to actually step up and want to contribute? It's like in fact, I heard this morning, which is why I'm making this video. I had someone say to me, it's like I don't have any right to run my business the way that I want to run my business, because if I upset somebody, I then become responsible for their emotions. So as a result, they learn to continually express that they are struggling emotionally. Therefore, I sit back and go, what do I do? I don't know what to do. So we do nothing. We need to realize that we're all human. We are all humans doing the best that we can. And it is hard. It is hard these days trying to manage people, because there are so many different personalities, so many issues, so many compliances, legislation. All we want to do is do our work. Managers just want to do their job and not have to keep putting out fires. Employees want to earn money and go home to their families feeling good. So what's getting in the way? What's preventing it? What's stopping people coming to work and really treating each other as equals, helping each other, supporting each other, being open with each other, and then going home and being great to their partners and to their kids? What is stopping managers and leaders from having the important conversations that empower and teach people, and also get people to step up? What is it that's missing that is making this, oh, we're so terrified, what do we do, what do we do, what do we do? For me, what's missing? Self-accountability. It's a precious commodity these days, self-accountability. Now, one thing I want to state and make really, really clear here is that whether you are a manager, a business owner, a staff member, an employee, a contractor, you are not the problem. People are not the problem. You know what the problem is? The problem is the cycles of thinking that we get caught in. They are the problem. And as you've probably worked out by now, it is really hard to shift them, especially when you bring in new initiatives like these are the values that we're going to adopt. These are the things that we're going to be more mindful of. This is the effort that we're going to make. Yeah, but it's hard to maintain. And the reason it's hard to maintain is that we don't know what we don't know. Not one of your dysfunctional managers or staff members is aware of the pattern they're in. As far as they know, what they're interpreting is reality. Well, it's not. It's a perception of reality. And it's this perception that is undermining everything, not because we're bad people, but because we don't know what we don't know. Now, if you go to support one of your employees and they're stuck in a pattern of self-criticism, they're going to see your support as you're telling them that they're doing something wrong. They're going to retreat. They're going to get up in their head. Next thing you know, there's a hallway meeting that happens out there and a shitstorm starts, and you just actually wanted to help. You don't even know how that happened. Or people come to you and say, I need some help with this situation between another staff member. And you're like, oh, I don't really know what to do because I hate confrontation. So I'm just going to, I don't know, get them. I'm just going to forget it. I'm just going to say, well, look, you guys sort it out, or you people sort it out and hope for the best. Or you're going to say something like, look, can you just like cut them some slack? You know, they've got stuff going on at home and that's just who they are. They're just who they are. Can you just like, why are we negotiating? Why are we negotiating and rewarding people that are not stepping up? The reason we're rewarding it is because we're too shit scared of what will happen if we don't. But what makes you think that you need to confront them? What makes you think that life needs to get difficult in order for people to become self-accountable? What makes you think that you need to have really scary conversations and risk losing people just to sort out a problem? Employee E has a problem with employee A has a problem with employee B, and you know that this one's got the problem, but if you step in, then this one's going to have the problem as well. And then you're going to have a problem too. So it's no wonder that we don't do anything. Or we go into these really convoluted processes of conflict resolution, mediation, and all of that sort of stuff, which in a lot of cases works, but in a lot of cases it also doesn't, because we're telling people you need to be different. Do you know what I found works really, really, really well? Is understanding that despite popular belief, nobody gets up in the morning and goes, I think I'm going to be an asshole today, or I think I'm going to slack off today or underperform. You might think you know people that do think that, but they don't. I guarantee you that they are caught in a cycle that they do not know they're caught in. And this cycle is everywhere. In fact, I was in it myself for 3 decades. No idea it even existed. None. I needed everything else to change in order for me to be happy. I needed you to treat me better so that I could feel valued. I needed you to listen to me and understand me in order for me to feel valued. I need you to stop being awful to me so that I could feel valued. And obviously we don't want people being awful, but you know what I mean. We are so reliant on external things happening in order for us to feel okay that we've completely missed the point. So when people are underperforming and people tiptoe around, we're teaching them that, hey, actually, I can actually get the same money and do sweet FA. Why would I want to change? It's weird, isn't it? So the cycle, what works is not putting a new poster up on the wall. This is in my opinion only, please remember, is not putting a new poster up on the wall. It's not, you know, I mean, culture change initiatives are fantastic. There is nothing that I would say to you to say don't do it, because the more we do it, the better. But sometimes these initiatives come in with the sole purpose of changing people. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't change by being told to. I change by being inspired to. And the way that happens is you help people see what they can't see. Now, this pattern that we get trapped in, this is what it looks like. I can't do this. You're making me feel. They never do this. So and so does that. I'm stuffed. I can't do it. I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. I can't say no. I need control. I need to be in charge. You need to make me feel valued. You need to really make me feel important. Oh, I can't do this. I don't know what to do. I'm no good at this. Vulnerability scares me. I don't know what to say. I don't like confrontation. And it's heavy. This is the cycle. And we do laps around it every day, thousands of times, all of us. But do you know what? When you learn about this cycle in a way that is non-judgmental, not performance management, but you actually sit down and learn about this cycle, you're going to go, God, oh my God, that's that's me. Oh, that's my partner. Oh, that's my kids. Oh, that's my father-in-law. That's my sister-in-law. Oh my God, that's my colleague. You're going to see so much clarity. But the great thing about the cycle is that you are going to see yourself in a way that you have never, ever seen before. And it's not going to sound like you need to change. It's going to sound like you are not the problem. You have never been the problem. The cycle is the problem. I'm going to teach you about the cycle. You get out of the cycle, problem goes away. And you know what happens then? You teach people about this cycle, they change their internal culture, which means they come to work wanting to step up. They come to work wanting to support, mentor, encourage, and help the people that they work with. They then go home feeling energetic. They go home feeling that life is easier. They go home and be better to their families, better to their kids, better to themselves. And then they turn up for work again and they bring their A game. Teaching people how they are contributing to the problem is not done by you telling them how they are contributing to the problem. Don't work for me. Don't work for you. Don't think so. Getting rid of the problem is by giving people education about this cycle. And every single time, everyone that comes to my training or works with me one-on-one goes, oh my God, that's my life. And I go, I know, it used to be mine as well. And do you know what the next thing is that they say? They go, how do I change that? I want to do that. Oh my God, now that I've seen that, I can't unsee it. How do I change that? And that's when I let them know, hey, here's another cycle. And when you step out of that one and into this one, life becomes easy. Conversations actually don't become difficult because they're not personal. You can actually have conversations and give feedback that has the other person going, wow, actually, thank you. You have people asking for feedback. Oh my God, wouldn't that be good? When you're in this other cycle, people become self-accountable for how they are contributing, not because they're getting up in their own head and getting down on themselves. It's because they don't want to be back in that cycle now that they know about it, because they've spent most of their lives not even knowing it exists. They get out of it themselves. So if you have someone or people on site that are showing up and not stepping up, they are not contributing what they need to contribute, and they're not responding to motivation programs or support, then they're in the cycle. If you've got people that are controlling and nasty and, really just creating fire after fire, they're in the cycle. If you've got people showing up to work and working longer hours and they're exhausted because they're carrying a bigger load, they're in the cycle, and you want to get them out before they burn out because you're going to lose your best staff. If you've got people that are coming to work saying, don't discriminate against me, I feel, they're in the cycle. Now, a lot of those claims are genuine, but it's how we share them that's in the cycle. If you've got people that are withholding their ideas, their creativity, and their genius, because what's the point? They're in the cycle. If you've got managers that don't know what to do when there's an issue, they're in the cycle. If you've got bullies, control freaks, low performers, rescuers, people burning out, they're in the cycle. The problem is not the people. The problem is the cycle. Get them out of the cycle, the problem will go away. I turned my life around after nearly 30 years of continual, absolute mental shitstorm as soon as I learned about this cycle. And I thought, oh my God. And up until then, not one person could say to me, hey, look, you need to speak better to those people. You need to be calmer. You need to speak up, because none of it worked. But once I could see where I was in that cycle, I had the light turned on. And then suddenly I knew what to do. You don't need to invest a shit ton of money in resources just to have people go and not use them, because no one, this is going to be a bit in your face, but no one thinks they are the problem. They think the workplace is the problem, the boss is the problem, the employee is the problem, the legislation is the problem, the economy is the problem, their sore knees are the problem. No. Let's get away from the concept that there is even a problem and focus on fact rather than trying to work out who's at fault. Get rid of the need to find the problem. And it can be done really quickly, because I love this stuff. I love this stuff. And you know what? I would love to support you to get your team out of this cycle, because they're not only going to be better for you, they're going to be better for their families. They're going to be better for themselves. Their mental health will improve and their sense of community will improve. And then when they go home, off swing or off work, and they catch up with their friends for a barbecue or wherever they go, and they're really awesome and they're happy at work, what do you reckon those other people are going to do? They're going to go, oh, man, oh, God, oh, I want a job like that. And next thing you know, they're sending their CVs into you because they won't come work for you, because they can see how happy your staff are. You want people to be safe. You want people to be happy. You want people to like working for you, and you want people to step up so that they're more productive, so that ultimately you make more money. You're not going to do it by telling people to change. You're going to do it by educating them on this cycle, getting them out of it. How do we do it? Let me come help you. I can run presentations for you, which creates awareness, and none of these are boring. They're not boring. There's no death by PowerPoint on my watch. They're engaging. In fact, I can do it in a little tiny bite-sized hour. If you're up on a mine site, or if you work in heavy industry, let's run a couple of days of 45-minute rolling sessions so that you can actually get your staff to come through in groups. 45 minutes, bam, off they go back to work. They've got awareness that they start thinking about. And we can build on these. I can run a few of these. What is the cycle? And then how to get out of it. I can, if you are up working in the mines, with staff who are FIFO, I'm very happy to come up for a couple of days, spend a couple of days with you, run some rolling, really short, sharp, sweet, intensive workshops that get people going, holy crap, and becoming really self-accountable. And then at night, I'm happy to run a session for you, a bit of entertainment, getting people engaged. So they're talking to each other and seeing each other on the same side. If you are in a corporate or small business, I'm very happy to have a chat with you about how I can help, whether I can do a full day workshop for you or even a multi-day workshop or a series of 1-hour sessions. We've got heaps that we can run for you. We've got loads of topics, and they're designed not to tell people what to do. They're designed to get people to go, oh my God, and to give them the language to hold themselves accountable and each other without saying, you are the problem. You need your HR managers to do something like this because they can lead by example, but you can't expect people who are dealing with their own issues to know what to do. We can't be training our people to do strategies and budgets and planning and rosters without giving them the tools to know how to do or understand themselves and understand people. So what if it could be easy? Everyone turns up, self-accountable, deals with their own shit, is accountable for their own shit, steps up and is better for themselves, for you, and for each other. It's possible, and it's actually so much easier than you think. Workshops, one-on-one, or ongoing programs for leaders. Think of the difference. Just think what would be possible if your people turned up liking themselves without the insecurities and without the anger and without the need to control or blame or underperform. What would happen if your people turned up aware of who they are and prepared to step up? Be cool, wouldn't it? Let's do it. Let's do it. I would love to come and work with you. And you're going to be surprised. It's actually a lot more affordable than you think. And I'm going to work in with you. You tell me what your issue is. I'll tell you how you can change it. And you go, yeah, that'll work. Or can we tweak that, tweak this? I'm flexible. I'm going to make it easy for you. Easy for you. Promise. Reach out to me. My name is Leanne, and I am the founder of Reboot Mindset Coaching. And I am a leadership consultant, a team building specialist, and a senior life coach. I've got lots of experience I can help you with, not to make people change, but to get people to be better humans, including us. You can contact me via my website, which is rebootyourlife.com.au. Send me an email. We can have a chat. I can send you a link to book into my calendar. There's no obligation with that. It's just you and I having a chat to see if we're the right fit, to see what I could do. I'm not going to sell you into everything that I can, because that's just more work for me. I'm actually going to listen to you and go, you know what? Yep. How about we do this? And then I will take it from there. Because life is meant to be easy. And when you learn to think better, you then feel better, you then do better, and you be better. That's all we want. Better humans. Let me help you. I'm Leanne from rebootyourlife.com.au. I would love to have a chat with you about just how easy it could be to turn things around where you are and get out of this culture of fear and get into a culture of accountability where we all step up and treat each other better, including ourselves. Talk to you soon. rebootyourlife.com.au.